Welcome to the One Shot Wonderarium. I am your host, as always, Tony, and it's a wide Wonderarium out there. So I've brought some friends to play an amazing game. It's been great, but this horror season I'm not GMing. So we have Javante GMing for us. So that is going to be amazing. Before we get into the game, let's have our players introduce themselves just a little bit. So let's go ahead and start on our top left here, Morgan.
Well, hi, it's me. I'm Morgan. I'm back. Tony can't get rid of me.
Absolutely not. They've followed me for years. All right, James.
I'm James, or Gravity Fail 87 on socials. I am back, no longer playing a prospect or alligator, but instead, hopefully something equally as entertaining.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, our GM.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary finies, and hellions of all walks of life. I'm Javante. Last time I was on here, I was someone that was deeply in love with somebody that ended up being a problem at the end. Now I'm just the problem.
Uh-oh. So like I said, we are playing Don't Rest Your Head by Evil Hat. And from here, I'm just going to turn it over to Javante to get us going.
As a quick aside, for anyone that is susceptible to a lot of horror topics, violence, blood, gore, and traumatic themes, this may be something that is a little rough to listen to. Horror is my element. It is not everyone's element. Please keep yourselves mentally safe and sound while you're listening to this show. Don't Rest Your Head is a story about the trauma of insomnia and what the lack of sleep can do to the human mind when they are launched into a world that's just beyond that realm between reality and madness. Our group here has found themselves, for one reason or another, lacking that ever-present respite of sleep, for whatever reason that could be. For some, it's just the logical conclusion of nightmares. For others, it's keeping an eye over one's shoulder way too many times. But either way, days, weeks, sometimes months have passed before the joy of sleep has entered into them. And as all things come and go in this world, so too do the good and bad. And sometimes problems are just directly at the door. We're going to start off with a bit of fun. Everyone here has to enter through into where we begin in one way or the other. For some, it's a thrust into a problematic situation. Tony, would you like to describe your character for us?
Absolutely. So I am playing 32-year-old Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey was probably several days ago very well put together. We're talking, the leftovers of a what used to be a white clean shirt and a suit that is already starting to show some grime. It was at one point a very expensive shirt. Or suit. The whole thing was expensive. And you can see just dust on the shoulders. You can see just little grime from not having stopped for days, picking up. do you want me to share some of the backstory of Terry as well, Javante, or would you just like a description?
Just the description is fine.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, Terry is a white guy, sandy brown hair. He got kind of shaved, sort of a fade on both sides, a little bit longer on the top. Usually it's spiked up. That gel has sort of come undone, and so you have little cowlicks starting to come up all different places as just bits of the hair are starting to do whatever they want. They're getting free of the hold of the gel that's normally there.
Does he live in an apartment or a home?
He lives in a penthouse apartment, so.
Post something that we talked about. There is a sort of scratching noise at the front door of your penthouse. This loud, etching, grinding sound. Before, as it seems to cease after the final grind, there's a loud thud, as if there's a loud knock, and something sticks into the door itself.
Terry is going to almost quietly, slowly walk their way to the front door and look through the peephole to see what is out there. It's something is loud, right? Like it's not like it might be kids in the hall. But if it's kids in the hall, he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction of being heard. So it's more about not letting whoever it is on the other side of that door know that he is there looking. But he is going to go and look through that peephole.
Through the peephole, you can see someone wearing a very thick, ruffled hoodie. Kind of stares at the handiwork that they've apparently done to the door. Takes a slight step back and starts to just walk back down the hall of the apartment.
Is their face covered?
Yes. They are wearing what appears to look to you as a white bandana that covers from the top of their head down with a black eye that seems to be dripping ink going down the front of it.
I think Terry probably has one of those modern. I don't know. Is this modern, right?
Yes.
Terry probably has the scaled up version of like a Ring doorbell as well, and so I think as he takes a step back, he'll kick on the voice part of that and says, "Go on, get out of here."
The figure stops for a moment, reaches into his pocket and pulls out just what it looks like a cell phone. You hear through the ring just like him dialing in a number and just lifting it to his ear. He's home. Hangs up and keeps walking.
Yep, that backfired immediately. Perfect. Terry's eyes kind of go wide. And he starts thinking, there's probably not a lot of ways out of the penthouse, right? Other than an elevator, which is probably how this person got up.
There is the irritant of having to run down the stairwell.
Yeah. Well, I guess
And
that'll.
there is still the roof, just as a quick breather area. Either way, there are ways to get out.
I think that Terry will probably make sure. Well, first thing, once this being has cleared out of the hallway for enough time, right? We're not going to immediately check the door just in case they come back around. But when they have cleared the hallway for long enough, for a couple of minutes probably, Terry is going to open and look at the damage.
Carved into your door, you see that same eye-like symbol, and then a very nicely designed pocket knife has been jabbed into the center of the eye.
Terry is going to yeah, we'll probably remove the pocket knife. That it shouldn't stay in the door. That feels like a mistake to leave that in the door. So Terry is going to take that out of the door. And he'll probably give a call down to, I assume if he's in a penthouse, it's a semi-nice like apartment building, one of the ones that has like security at the bottom.
Yep.
And I think he's going to give whoever that security is a good like tongue lashing, because you let somebody in our building that carved some shit in my front door, and that's a problem. And what the hell do we pay you for? This is your job. And after that, feeling slightly more courageous and better, having berated somebody for this problem, I think Terry will probably lock up, set a security system, and decide that it might be smart if this person, that maybe this was some sort of issue, it might be smart to go to one of the nice hotels in the area, or somewhere else for a little while.
That's actually perfect. As you're heading back out and are getting ready to exit through the front doors of the apartment complex, as your hand touches the doorknob, there is a subtle sensation of something shifting around you as you turn the knob and push forward. We will go back to you in a moment, as we are going to switch viewpoints over to Liam, aka James's character. Hey James, please describe Liam for us.
Liam is a late 20-something guy who works as a cybersecurity specialist, probably works from home a majority of the time, except for those times he has to go in and deal with something in the office. Generally well kept together, wears button-up shirts with sweater vests. However, when he's home is a completely opposite image of him. His place is kind of messy on the inside. He leaves little bits of food in cabinets and drawers and little hidey hole places. So anytime you try and open up or find, silverware, there's just little bits of food for some reason in there. Like some of it's moldy, hasn't been eaten. Some of it's been picked at, possibly rats. Who knows? Lives in these little hidey hole places.
At this current juncture, right now, what would Liam be doing?
Time of day? Night?
Probably going and pushing into late evening.
At this point, probably after work, is hurrying to try and get home to compile information and make sure that what he's been running throughout the day while he's at work is finished exporting, so he can review some key information.
Does Liam drive or does Liam take an Uber?
If it's a metropolitan city, probably public transit or yeah, Uber or something. Probably doesn't really trust Uber though for how they pay their people and all this other stuff. But
Would Liam be the kind of person that actually would use like the taxi service?
yeah, would definitely use a taxi over an Uber. Yeah.
The cabbie is just that level of talkative that it's almost like, what era am I in right now kind of thing. I mean, he opened up the conversation with, man, did you watch the Bears game last night? Bunch of bums, them.
I'm not really into sports as I'm checking my phone.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So, you live in a pretty nice neighborhood. I haven't been down here in a little while.
The thing about nice neighborhoods is that they're really not as nice as you think.
It's always the ones that look pretty on the outside, ain't it?
Too true. Too true, as I look at myself in the reflection of the glass.
Looking at yourself and then looking out the window of the cab, there's subtle differences in the neighborhood as you're driving by. The houses are a little too close together. There's a little too white picket fencey. Everything feels a little too odd. It's still your neighborhood, but it doesn't feel like it through the window.
You sure you took the right turn back there? Seems
trust me, pal. I know everywhere in the city. I know exactly where we're going.
All right, yeah. Huh. I'll return to my phone and looking for the Bears game so I have something to talk to him about.
It was a pretty rough game all around.
Yeah.
As far as you can see.
Oh yeah, the Bears they did a thing. I can't believe that last quarter they really pulled it through.
You computer guys don't really know too much about sports, I take it.
No, but you want me to, fix your hard drive, build you a new computer, find out what your ex is doing, stuff like that would be perfectly fine. But sports, right over my head.
As you kind of lift your head to say this, you do catch a glimpse at the fare counter, which is reading 0. I'm driving for a bit. There should at least be something there.
Yeah, hey, I didn't catch your name, but did you happen to put the fare on? I don't want you to undercharge me.
Right. Speaking of that fare, you got a picture of your sister in your wallet, right?
How? Yeah, how'd you know that?
I don't need you to worry about that part. As he stops the car, kind of just relaxes a little bit in the seat, and then you see him just reach his hand back. Just let me hold it for a sec. That'll be your fare.
I don't know about that. Like, I can give you cash. You want Bitcoin? You want
everybody's got a price to pay in this place. This one's mine. Ain't gonna cost you nothing.
You know what? I think we can part here. I'll just leave some money on the back seat, and I'll try to open the door.
As you reach out, you feel the same sensation of something moving over you as the door begins to open. And we will cut back to you in a moment. Last but certainly not least, hey Morgan, would you like to describe your character for us?
Absolutely. Kate is 19-year-old girl. She is not well dressed, not super put together, not even on the surface. She looks a little rough. I mean, the dark circles under the eyes, obviously, but also dark dyed hair. dark clothes. She looks like she wouldn't look out of place in the shittiest dive bar you can imagine. But that's maybe just about the only place she wouldn't look out of place.
What is she doing right now in this late evening hour?
Gonna say she's walking. Just like down the street. She doesn't have a lot of places she can go to just be.
At this time, the places that are open are only moderately active. A couple bars that at this point have recognized your fake IDs enough that you can't really get in that easily unless there's very specific people working there. And what places are available to you are starting to close up shop. What isn't helping is you have consistently heard something moving either behind you, to your left, or to your right. Like a big creature just padding at your side.
He's doing that thing where like you try to like look over your shoulder, but you don't want to make it obvious that you're looking over your shoulder. Like you don't, if somebody's following you, you don't want them to know that you know. So she's, trying to peek as she goes around corners. She's looking in reflections of shop windows, but she's trying not to like spin on the spot and look.
Every time that you do this glimpse back, it's always out of the corner of the vision, always a fleeting moment. But you can see first what looks like a clawed hand touching the ground and then moving away. A mat of wet hair that kind of drags against the side of the wall. Never enough to get a full picture, but always something at the corner of the vision. And it keeps getting closer.
The walk gets a little more brisk.
As you begin to start moving faster, and these walls and areas start to close in a bit more, and this padding gets louder, there is ahead of you a sound that it's initially you start to mistake it as something that it can't be. It's like, oh, that's okay. There's some kid crying in a house near here. Whatever. No, that's older. That sounds like someone you know. It's getting louder the more you run.
What kind of, is it coming from a specific building?
There is a red brick house straight ahead along the alleyway. You can hear that sound, that crying coming from there.
I mean, that sound coming from there and whatever's coming from behind me, fuck it, I'm going in the house.
As you run, and initially you're expecting a locked door as you like press into it and then push, and the door opens. There is this sensation of something washing over you, as if a veil is broken through. And you and Terry and Liam all find yourselves opening the door into what at first is unrecognizably large building. Each of you opening 3 separate doors, but coming into the same area. And the door closes behind all of you.
Terry's gonna look back and is there still a door that closed? If
There
so,
is.
they're
You
going to try to
see
walk back through it.
you see a metal door behind you, and as you try to reopen the door, the lock just jiggles.
And then I turn around. You the assholes who carved up my door?
I don't know anything about your door, but I'm gonna be looking at this one, see if there's like a keypad, something, some kind of.
The door that you've come through, as you look back to it, it just looks interestingly like a. There's no like door handle, but you do see a number pad, almost like it's from an old sci-fi film.
I immediately am gonna go to that and be like, yeah, no, bud. Like, I don't know anything about your door being carved, but I was just talking to a strange cabbie, and now I'm here. But I'm gonna look at that sci-fi keypad.
Keypad has a series of numbers on it. The problem is that the numbers are all arranged oddly. So you see from the bottom, there's 7, 2, 5. Middle is 4, 9, 3. And then the top is the remaining of the numbers. And at the bottom center is an I, as opposed to a 0.
Huh. Well,
One of y'all got a... Seriously, none of y'all... Why? What's the big fucking... Is there cameras around here? Is there a big joke?
Pate has collapsed back against the door that she just rushed through. She's not trying to return through it. She has no intention of going back to...
As a note, as your back hits that door, it's different. You feel the slats of an old closet. The room you find yourselves in appears to be a giant office lobby. It is massive in scope. There is as opposed to more building to the top, the lobby just opens into this giant circular window that has an overcast, cloudy haze covering the sun. But all three of you are alone in this building. There is a empty... I cannot for the life of me remember the word secretary desk that has a myriad of different phones all like lined up on the desk itself, and then a stack of paperwork at the right of it. Opposite of where you all entered, there is the hall kind of continues on into a revolving door that seems to lead out into the city proper.
Terry sees the phones and goes, all right, well, it's been hilarious. It's been absolutely very funny. I'm gonna call and let him know the joke's been made and we can get out of here. All right. And Terry's gonna pick up phones, listening for a dial tone first. Before
the first so there's of these myriad of phones, 5 are the ones that seem to be the most like ready to be accessed. There is a rotary phone, a old, I don't know exactly what they are called, but the Graham Bell style of like pick up the little receiving end to put to your ear, and then the actual phone piece. There is what looks like a ripped off payphone that has been like drilled into the desk itself. There is the typical office phone, and then there is a cell phone.
Well, if this is a prank, they're not going to make it the cell phone. So Terry will start with the weirder ones first. The Graham Bell, the Rotary, the ripped off payphone, and work on down that way.
As you pick up the Graham Bell phone and hold it to your ear, you don't hear a dial tone, you just hear a rapid heartbeat.
Hello?
As you go hello, Kate, you hear that hello not in your ears, but as it comes into your chest.
Can anyone hear me?
Stop. Whatever you're doing, knock that shit off.
That sound comes out of the phone, but muffled, as if it's coming from a distance, or more accurately, as if it's coming through something else.
Very funny. Let us out.
Yeah, it's still coming through your chest every time.
I'm gonna walk over to him and rip that phone out of his hands.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna be like, well, there's a door right here. As I look at the like rotating door, and I look at the city beyond. Does it look like our city?
It looks like buildings. It's hard to determine what part of your city it might be.
Huh. I think that's the only thing that gives me a pause, is I kind of like push on the door to make sure it's not locked.
It starts to move, starts to revolve.
I mean, guy, if you want to go, there's a door right here.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to get somewhere that's not.
The cell phone starts to ring.
Mine?
The cell phone on the table.
And he'll pick it up.
The call ID on the cell phone reads Alice.
Not knowing who that is, he'll. Hello?
Hello, you the new arrivals here?
It's a very funny joke.
No joke, I'm afraid. Is the secretary not in today? Proper paperwork getting filled out is so difficult to do.
I mean, is there supposed to be someone else here?
If she's not here, that means I have to fill out the paperwork later, which is going to be annoying, but I suppose.
And who are you?
Oh, you can just call me the tax man.
That's a fun nickname.
Nickname. Sure, I guess you can call it that. Friend, I have a question for you here. You're Mr. and you hear the sound of paper shuffling. Harry Simmons, right?
Terry.
Terry, a pleasure to talk to you, Terry. Listen, I have a massive favor to ask of you. There's some debts that need wiping away, some things we have to take care of, and then we'll be squared away. So if you'll do me a favor and direct the other individuals with you's attention over to the elevator, as all of you hear a ding sound, as to the left of the office complex you see an elevator has appeared and doors opened. You can direct their attention there. We'll get you all set over to subsection C, and we'll get all of your paperwork filed away properly.
This is a really weird TV show. You know that, right? Like, I don't think the network is going to go for this, whatever it is you're doing.
I assure you, if this was a TV show, this would be far less elaborate. But there are rules in this place that all of us have to abide by. I mean, by all means, you can walk out if you'd like. I can just have some of my friends come and find you all and make sure the paperwork gets filed away in a much more enjoyable way for them. Probably not so much for all of you. This doesn't sound like agreement, Mr. Simmons.
Well, it's hard to agree when you're threatening me.
No. This wasn't a threat. This was a promise. A threat looks like this. And you hear another ding of the elevator as the doors close. And then as they start to reopen, you just hear, "Just keep in mind my offer," and the phone hangs up. As the door opens, the group of you see, as the door swings open, what look like Scotland Yard style policemen, complete with billy clubs. Except they look off. Their movements are a little jerky as they kind of walk forward. There's this constant ticking sound, which, as they come closer, about 3 of them, you can see that it's coming from a wind-up key on their back that's constantly turning. And as they continue to move forward, just these jerky motions, and they swing the billy club out. You see the one in the lead kind of points it towards the group. "Taxman wants to see you. If you'll step right into the elevator," and he swings the billy club into his hand. "We'll have no fuss about it." What would you all like to do?
I probably would have been on trying to use my phone. I assume no service.
There is no service.
Through. And seeing this is just sorry, I don't talk to police officers unless my lawyer's present. So probably not. Their friend, as I'm backing away, and just like
There's another step as you back away.
Hey, new friends. I think we should. These folk look kind of strange. Don't like their numbers. Well, we should let them be.
They're trying to get us in the elevator. That call was someone trying to get me to get you all in the elevator, and they made it sound like these folks were a threat. I personally don't take kindly to that.
Because they looked so friendly, I needed that clarification.
You see one of them like reach into their pocket, remove a pocket watch, look at it, close it. "Righto, work in time," and they start moving faster towards E3.
I'm starting to think that maybe we should head to the elevator.
An elevator, yeah, something. Not away from them.
I was told if we left,
backpedaling.
that people would be sent after us.
I am backpedaling in such a way that puts these 2 adult men between me and these things.
I think now is a good time for our first dice roll.
Yeah.
What are we
I'm
rolling?
going. This is your decisions for how you want to roll. I'm going to be rolling pain dice.
Oh, that's fun. Let's see. You know what? let's go ahead. You mean you only live once, right? So if I
say.
choose to use a madness talent,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I add those dice.
Yes.
The number of dice I add is the ticks of madness I get.
Yes.
Okay. And okay. And I'm just making sure that bar is a 6 total, right? Before.
Yes.
Okay.
Before problems start to arise. Yes.
Yep.
To note, I've rolled 4 pain dice.
Oh, that's fun. That's pretty great. Love that. Love that for us. You know what? I will pick up one of these.
Okay.
Because I'd like them to get fucking gone.
I'm going to, after you roll, I'm going to have some fun explaining how this is going to work, but we have to see what stuff dominates and what stuff doesn't. So,
do I? So it's discipline and then.
discipline and your madness.
Okay.
Is it the fight or the flight?
Or no. What's the one?
It would be your, depending on how you want to react to the situation. But if you are attempting to run, I would probably say it's your flight response.
That's my approach. Is get away from them and get them fucking gone. I'm not here to tussle. Oh, that's fun. That's a fun roll right there.
We'll go down the list of what rolls people are getting. Hey Morgan, what'd you roll?
Let's see. I'm rolling flight. So I roll 2 if I put like 2 into flight and 1 into fight. Is that how?
You would roll 3. It's just their flight dominates.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I roll.
You roll all of your discipline. The major one is what's dominating your discipline.
Okay. So I think I'm just gonna roll the 3.
Okay.
Maybe. But the idea is to fucking run. Ooh. I've rolled 2 5s and a 4.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. Fun thing. Don't rest your head. Lower is better. 1s, 2s, and 3s are successes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kate, as you're about to run, you find yourself starting to freeze as it's not just these bobbies that are coming towards you that you can see, but it's this clawed hand at the top of the elevator that you see drift up that you catch sight of that causes you to physically freeze in place. From there we go. Terry, what'd you roll?
My madness dice was a 2. All 3 of my discipline dice were a 5.
Got you. So your madness dice was a success. James.
I only rolled my discipline with 2 3s and a 2.
So you succeed. The thing is that the bobbies that I rolled all for the pain dice, which that was discipline leading, instead of pain leading, which is good because I actually rolled very poorly for them, as they, out of the 4 dice that I rolled, 1 was a success. So, with knowing that the discipline is leading and that you have essentially 3 successes, I'm not saying are you going to trade a success because that's not a thing that happens here, but do you want to also like pull the others with you as you run? Note, where your madness talent as it kicks in. What do you say?
I tell them to get fucking gone.
So, as you say these specific words, there is a warping in the air as they exhale out, and they seem to shimmer and then vanish for a second. You can hear the faint sound of this clicking, as if the keys are still going, just distantly. Ooh. But it's starting to get louder.
We're going.
There's currently... Yeah, I was going to say, there's currently no one that you can physically see, although I will say, Kate, you did see this strange clawed hand lift up from the elevator door that they just left through.
Is it real quick, I've lost track. Were there two open elevators, or was it the same elevator?
It was the same elevator. It closed and then opened to the Bobbies.
I'm thinking we maybe cooperate.
Yeah, as that happens, because Kate is behind me and Terry, I probably would get walking towards that front revolving door again and just be like, hey, shake them because they're stalled, and just like, we need to get out of here. Let's go. Let's just go through the door, go home. We'll find you can find your way. Maybe once we're outside, I'll get you a taxi or something.
Yeah, I'm not going in that elevator.
Peeking out behind one of behind specifically the rotary phone, you see a little green, pimpled, pockmarked head peek out, look up, and then peek back behind the phone, and the whole rest of their form just kind of vanishes as they do so.
Terry is gonna follow the other two towards the revolving door, because they're not going up alone. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I mean, let's go outside. It's right here, and let's get out of this building. Seems like a bad place to be.
Yeah.
I don't know y'all, Liam, by the way. So,
Terry.
Hey, Terry. It seemed like you had an interesting phone call with some person.
Called themselves the Taxman.
Taxman.
Yeah.
And anyone who
that's not a name.
Yeah, anyone who calls themselves. Sounds more like a internet handle of some kind. So.
Fucking pretentious pricks.
We can. How about we talk more over like a slice of pie?
The clicking is starting to get louder.
Or some drinks at a bar or something. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I'll buy
through the door, the front door.
As you push the revolving door open and into this overcast, it's day. It's no longer evening, it is day. And as you push the revolving door open and step out into this muggy, humid, oppressive feeling city with buildings that are way too tall and way too close together.
Are we not in New York anymore? Or this feels very weird.
Yeah. I'm looking up and down the street to see if I can hail a taxi.
You lift your hand, and as if from nowhere, a taxi cab, that typical yellow taxi cab, but almost from a noir film taxi cab, kind of pulls up, and instead of a typical taxi cab driver, you see a man in a full suit with a very nice upturned hat and far too wrinkly skin that seems to be drooping down rolls down the window. We're going.
Leaning into the window and seeing him just, you know what? Probably second thought there. You have a nice day.
You as well.
Yeah.
Back rolls up the window, and the cab, instead of driving forward, just kind of sinks into the ground.
I think it's weirder out here than in there. So sounds silly, but I might go back inside.
If you're doing that, nice knowing you. Name's Kate. I'll see you never. And
Yeah.
Kate just starts walking down the street. Oh, just away from this fucking building.
Wait, do you know anybody by the name of Alice?
Stops dead in her tracks. What'd you say?
When I picked up the phone, the caller ID
Who
said
the fuck are
Alice.
you? Who the fuck are you?
Terry.
Who the fuck are you?
Do you know? I don't know many. I mean, I knew an Alice in like 3rd grade. Like,
You want something from me? If you know some shit, just out with it.
I
Don't mind me, I'm just rolling a dice.
look. Maybe we're both being pranked. I don't. What was your name again, guy?
Oh, I'm Liam.
Liam. Do you know an Alice?
I don't know an Alice.
That actually might be a good question. What exactly was your career?
Mine or
Liam's.
yeah, cybersecurity.
Ignore me.
Kate turns around and walks right back up to them. What do you know?
It was the name on the caller ID that the person claiming to be the tax man called from. That's all I got.
Do you still have the phone?
I'm gonna
Did you
say
put the phone down?
yes.
Okay.
I think I failed miserably at that flight roll to start with, so I think that just grip, right?
Yeah.
Not thinking. So I think in this moment he looks down and realizes he still has the phone. So he's gonna flip it open and look through the recent calls, see if Alice is there.
It is. It's the top name. There's actually, upsettingly, it's incoming call, Alice. Outgoing call, Kate. Mom, Dad, Kate. Like, it's upsettingly a lot.
I snatched the phone out of his hand. Is it her phone?
It's her phone. It actually still has the little phone charm attached to it.
What the fuck is this place?
I don't fucking know, and I would rather not know.
There's a like a little hissing sound that seems to come from the street as it's coming from the it's not the gutter.
The sewer?
What? Yeah, but like the
drainage?
Where did Pennywise? Yes, where did Pennywise come out of to grab Georgie?
Yeah, the sewer drain.
It's sewer drain. Yeah, it's from that. I'm losing words. This little hissing sound seems to come from that. This kind of like low exhale of air.
Yeah, I think that, the city is already a problematic place from time to time. Inside, though it's strange, might be safer. And if there's like any kind of, router room or something, I can check it out if you want. I can check your phone out, see if see if I can pull a GPS from its history or something. But I think standing out here is not as safe as whatever's in there.
And we want to face the billy clubs?
I think if we're nice, maybe we don't have to, but we don't have to tell them anything.
As a note, you finally also do get a look at the name of the building in question, which, reading through the name of the building in question, it is Taxman Services Rendered. Taxman is spelled Tacks.
Sounds like he owns the building, whoever he is.
Huh.
But that's the number from Alice, so...
Stop saying her name.
Are you, Kate, are you looking through the phone by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. Contacts-wise, the contacts are the same. Text messages, there's the literal hundreds that you sent. A few from other people that were also trying to inquire. Many from parents, stuff like that. Photos is where things get interesting. There's almost 50 of constantly taking pictures underneath the bed. And most of them are the same up till the last one of those, which shows a hand reaching out from under the bed. The next series...
That's my hand.
Mm-hmm. As it hits, the next series of photos is a slick brick-lined, like a slickened wall, followed by what looks like a picture underneath a bed. And then several of what seem to be just like the phone doing random pics as if it's just in a pocket. And these show the sides of buildings, just a hand like moving past a leg, things like that.
While you are looking through this, Terry has just become fed up with the whole situation. It's a name. Anybody can say a name. Alice. Alice, 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 Alice. Alice, 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 Alice. Alice, Alice, Alice. Alice, 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 Alice. And that's going to continue.
I'm going to put a hand on Terry's shoulder and say,
Your mic.
Sorry, I was doing some math over here. I'm going to put a hand on Terry's shoulder and be like, guy, Terry,
what?
We can be chill. I mean...
You want to be chill?
Yeah, my best bet is that there's a keypad in there, and the name of this building's weird, but I think we should... I don't like it. Go back in, futz with the keypad elevator, and take a gamble on that.
Fine, whatever. If it's gonna stop weird shit from happening, fine. Yes, I'm in. Whatever that plan is. I shouldn't have opened the goddamn door.
And I'm assuming we're heading back inside.
I'm at least gonna stroll back inside. If I assume I don't see the Billy Club.
You still hear that distant clicking sound. But it's not. They're not back yet. They're still fucking gone.
If Kate and Terry can see me, they would just see Liam serpentining through the lobby of this building as I'm trying to avoid invisible constables. as I make my way towards the keypad.
Your serpentining does also let you take a look, and you can see a painting of the owner of the building, the taxman. You see a respectable gentleman with his hands folded in front of him in the way that all businessmen have for their painting. From the shoulders down, anyway. Neck up, you see a pushpin.
What kind of pushpin?
Just like it's one moment.
Might be kind of a thumbtack.
Yeah, like a thumbtack.
Thumbtack.
Mm-hmm. It is specifically a red thumbtack. The name of the painting underneath reads "The Taxman."
Huh. Interesting. I think I'm gonna go over to that futuristic keypad with the numbers out of order and start trying various codes. Like, you know how keypads used to have number or letters on them, spell out tax. So if it was a normal keypad, it would be like 7, 11, 47. But this one, if it has jumbled letters or something else, and then once I hit all the numbers, I'll hit that I button icon for the 0.
If you're spelling out taxman, as you hit the I symbol, it seems to accept it as it turns green, and the door kind of like hisses open a little bit. What are you hoping to see?
I'm hoping that I'm at my front door of my own apartment.
Won't be the second thing, because it's not that.
I feel like the second thing is always the same thing, which would be my little sister.
You see a long stairwell that leads directly down. Lining the wall of the stairwell, you see it's way too cheery, but it looks like daycare wallpaper. But everything is too... everything is too jumbled. The clouds look too not correct. Everything is tilted. Whatever paintings are on the wall are also curved slightly to the right.
Huh.
The stairwell leads into darkness as the further down it goes.
I'm gonna like turn around again if they can see me through the lobby doors. Just like, down. Click on the light on my phone.
It casts what? Yeah, it does work. The light goes only so far, and you see more stairs, and then it's dark again.
Yeah. Just,
It's somewhere. Good job, Liam. You coming, Kate?
I have now like picked up the phone, like that's staying with me, and I just like I walk right past Terry, like shoulder bumping him as I walk past him to go join Liam.
Terry looks like he's semi-big, but that's mostly the padding in the shoulders. Terry is much easier to bump than you would expect.
There is, as I'm assuming both of you go through the revolving door, from the sewer, that hissing sound continues as way too long of arms and fingers like grab on and seem like they're trying to peek over before they just slide back down. Back inside. You see a stair. Maybe. Sorry, I just looked to the bottom left and my cat's just splayed out next to me. The stairwell leads just directly down into shadow.
I'll take the stairwell.
I guess I'll go with.
Kate,
Fine.
there is a sensation in your head. It's a prey-like instinct to where you know that you're entering into a dangerous area, a hunting ground, essentially. That's what something in your head is warning you. But in equal measure, one of the photos on the phone showed these exact same styled walls. Further down, all of you descend. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say these walls are creepy as shit.
Yeah, look, using my phone light, looking at the wallpaper as I take steps down. Just this is seems vaguely familiar. Can't put my finger on it.
I mean, I've seen wallpaper like this in old pictures.
Does anyone know? Like, has anyone ever been to this building before? Tax man, like attack, not tax.
I mean, maybe they just like really like avant-garde, like weird art. You know, it's like a funny joke to them.
Kate.
Yeah, I think it's as funny as the cab disappearing.
Did any of you get sprayed with something? You all saw that too, right?
Fuck. Yeah.
There is a smell that's starting to linger. It's not unpleasant. It's just it kicks a weird nostalgia in your brain of crayons and sharpened pencils and pine wood desks. This very like elementary school smell.
Huh. I'm gonna. Are we still on the stairwell? Or are we?
You're still in the stairwell. The photos are getting a little odder too. They're going from just like it's like a happy dog. It's just the picture's tilted to you see like a schoolyard drawing, but it's completely upside down.
Huh. Maybe this is corporate daycare in a creepy basement somewhere. I'm really hoping there's some logic to how this building is made.
Maybe. Do you?
You all hear a girlish giggle, and then footsteps behind you.
Don't like that. Did that one of y'all?
Are they approaching, or did they like run past like a ghost?
It's like running past, but that's the way to describe this. You all are walking down, the sound is behind you, but as it's running across.
Oh, almost like it goes through the walls?
Mm-hmm.
Like from one wall?
Yep.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna hurry up my pace a little bit as I move quicker down these steps and just ask Kate. So, Kate, you were talking about this person, you don't want us to say their name. Does any of this look familiar to you?
I mean, no, but yes. The phone. Pictures on the phone.
There's another giggle, and this one comes in front of you all, but again, the same, runs across.
Do you mind if I look at the phone? It's kind of I'm a little tech whiz kind of person.
Fucking fine.
I want to scour that phone. I want to look through photos, files,
Go
apps,
ahead and
whatever.
Go ahead and give me a roll. You have a talent for looking through these things, so I'm gonna check a
Exactly.
thing real quick. That's technically an exhaustion talent, so you could go ahead and use one if you'd like.
Yeah. Exhaustion was 6, and then
You add a die to your. So instead of using, here's the thing: you can add a die of exhaustion. It adds to your die pool of exhaustion. Going over 6 on your die pool is a bad idea.
well, because I can also roll discipline, right?
You can also roll your discipline. You roll your
Right.
discipline always. You just add
Yeah.
exhaustion to it.
So I did the 3 discipline, and one of them was a success with a 3, but everything else is a 5 or 6.
You may add your exhaustion as well if you'd like for your talent, which would add another die for that.
Yeah, that's where I got a 6.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. With the success that you have, the exhaustion was dominating. That's interesting. As you're like kind of going through the phone, picking things out, what information that you are gathering is that a lot of these messages that were coming through didn't actually get to the phone because there's no service here. So however somebody made a call doesn't make sense. Equally, these pictures that were taken, some of these couldn't have been taken by accident. Someone would have had to have physically taken these pictures.
Right.
The contact list and everything tracks, everything is in order. The only other part that's bugging you, which causes you to feel a hint of exhaustion hit as you're scouring through, is how these calls were made. There's no signal. There is another giggle, and then another, and then another. As if this encircling, almost like vultures, but just giggling. You are muted.
I am. I realized that. I don't remember. Was there an exit to this room other than the way we came?
From the way you came, yep. But if you are you turning around to find it?
You know what? Yup.
As you turn around, you see a school playground and a massive school building.
Okay, there's a school underneath the office building. Y'all
To
seeing
note,
this too?
there is also a sky. A picturesque blue cloudless sky with no sun.
Y'all didn't like drug me or something, did you?
See, that's what I was thinking. I know I've been pretty tired recently, but being tired doesn't do this.
And for those that turn back to see where they were heading, you see what looks like a closet door embedded into the ground with a chain around it that keeps it closed, and then a sign at the front that just says, "Nightmares stay in the closet." It's written as if it's like a little kid writing it.
I'm befuddled.
Do you think maybe if we are on a playground? You said correct.
Yes.
Do you think maybe if we headed to like a parking lot, we might find a car to get out of here? 'Cause I think that we should head the opposite of whatever the hell that is.
I'm game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Anywhere but here.
I never know what they're called, but the little spinny thing that every kid's playground had that everyone jumped on and got a concussion off of.
Oh, like the merry-go-round?
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah, but like the one that you had to physically run to spin.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That starts turning. You all hear the giggling, and as it turns, as if fading into view, you see a series of about 4 or 5 women, roughly in ages between 19, 23, wearing almost prairie girl style clothing. The little bonnets, pastel colored outfits. And as as it continues to spin, you see a small table form with a tea set laid out in the front, and then a series of chairs that they're all sitting on as it continues to spin.
Given their age range, I scan their faces.
They look not familiar, but they look really similar to girls that you would have known in high school. Very similar.
You said on the table it's just the tea and teacups, like tea set, right?
Yeah, like a tea set. Like tea, biscuits, as if they were having a tea party.
Terry is having sort of a weird moment. I think he is going to walk over to the group and just sort of look around at them and howdy, and just drink a cup of tea, like straight up whatever, just like one of the cups of tea that is there, just gonna pound it.
I'm gonna lean over to Kate and just be like, I think he's part of the Little House cult now.
I'm going to have to see what a specific thing is.
Oh, that's fun. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I need you to roll.
Cool. What are we rolling? Wait, 2d4 you said?
No, I just need you to roll. If you want to roll you're gonna have to roll your discipline if you want to add anything to it. I have to roll pain. Thankfully it's only 2 dice, but I have to.
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. Yep. We're just gonna straight up roll this, I guess. All discipline. And that is a 3, a 4, and a 5. So it's one
Pain
success.
Pain leads with a 6. You do succeed. There is a stabbing feeling in your stomach, and as you look into the glass of tea to see what you just drank to cause that sensation, you see floating in it would look to be a series of the tea itself, which is black as motor oil, and you see what look like small shards of glass, bits of broken fingernails, and floating at the very top, you just see a finger itself just like curled onto the cup.
Terry is going to, if the puking isn't already coming, gonna try to force themselves to puke.
I would say with the pain, you throw up.
Okay.
The little spitting thing stops going, and the girls kind of tilt their head, and in unison, because I can't do that voice, I'll go, Mother Wen was waiting. You all are late. They all look over to Kate. You especially. You're very late.
I'm not into cults.
You really shouldn't be. It's not a good one.
As they all kind of like point over to Kate. You're late. You're late. You're late. This sound repeats over and over, and from the closet behind you, it starts to rattle and shake.
Well, that's a good time. That's a good sign to move. I'm gonna walk away from that door towards parking lot, front of school, something, wherever cars might be.
If you're looking over to the parking lot, you can see what look like a series of, with no horses there, horse-drawn carriages.
You know what? We should go. I got nothing. I got nothing, y'all. I guess we'll hoof it back to town. Maybe? I mean, it's dangerous outside. This is a tough decision.
It's safe inside.
Nope.
I had been once again backpedaling away from them, but then the closet door behind us started rattling, and now I'm like, just like away. Whatever way is away, that is the way that I'm going. Leaving these guys behind if I have to. I'm not. This stuff is.
It's safe inside. We promise. They're waiting for you. They've been such promising students. Mother Wen has made sure that they're promising students.
Inside where?
Nope.
They all look to the school.
I'm gonna pull a little horror movie trope where I think I probably am too far away to hear them specifically, so I'll just go to the school.
Yep, fair enough.
Door. Yeah. It's like, no cars? I'm going inside. I didn't hear the creepy girl say anything.
I feel like at that point is when, if you're okay with this, Terry looks up and sees Liam just headed into the door, basically, or towards the door.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh no. Kate, are you here or there?
You girls heads all snap over to look at Kate. Very unpleasantly, too. It's none of their movements are ever like soft and subtle. Everything is this jerky sensation.
You know what? How about there? Because here does not seem great. And Terry's gonna start heading that way.
So they're all just like creepy unison staring at me.
Mm-hmm.
Their tea set. Is there a table there, or is
Yes.
set up on the middle? I'm gonna walk up to them. Just like as they're staring at me, like walk up to them. Flip their table.
As you do, and the tea set clatters, it making a very loud, crashing sound. The group of 6 each stand and smile in unison, revealing long, needle-like teeth and they are each going to lunge towards you. I need you to make a roll.
Sure.
Because I wasn't expecting that. You know what? That's on me. Have to roll 6 pain dice.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
That's many.
A little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
You know.
As the ladies in hating are fully focused now on harming the one that destroyed their tea party. Which is, by the way, my favorite name for one of the enemies in here is Ladies in Hating.
I'm a little obsessed with them, actually.
They were just trying to offer people finger food.
Right, so I need to roll. What's my options here to...
You have obviously a discipline. You also have, you can expend an exhaustion, and you can expend a madness. You can expend, at total right now, 1 exhaustion die, and up to 6 madness die. To use your talent.
Well, let's throw in a madness. Why don't we?
All right. What would you like to? How many madness die are you using?
Just one, I think. You said
I'm rolling 6
you're
pain
rolling
die.
6. That gets me up to 4. Fuck it, drive it like you stole it. I will. I'll do 2. I will make my pool 5 dice.
Okay. What would you like to do with the madness?
I think if she sees just doing a little reading. She sees like them and they smile with their horrible teeth. And sorry, I'm just reading this ability on the fly.
You are fine. Keep in mind that what is listed for it are options. They are not all the things you can do. Your limit is your imagination, as long as it fits with how much dice you're using.
Well, you know. So I think that they stand. They smile. They're horrible, needly smiles, and she like stumbles backwards, and closes her eyes in like preparation for whatever they're about to do. And upon closing her eyes, finds herself not on this playground, but standing in the middle of a dense jungle, with, you know, not a feeling of safety and security in this dense jungle. And she starts running. Running vines, you know, the vines, like branches, all of that stuff.
We might take a quick break here while we get that figured out.
Cool.
That is totally fine.
We'll be right back, y'all, because we're not sure where James went. Welcome back. we've got ourselves some tech issues that we believe we've figured out now. So we should be back up and running. And I'll turn it back over to Javante.
We were just describing your trek through the jungle.
Yes, so Kate is running through this jungle that has newly presented itself in front of her. And she's just sort of sprinting in a direction, like swatting away, finds branches, and there are times where it seems like those things are almost trying to grab her, trying to keep hold of her in place, and she is just fighting through until something either grabs her or doesn't.
Give me the dice roll.
Sure. Roll of 5.
Okay.
I've got a 6, a 5, 4, a 4, and a 2. And that 5 and 6 are on the madness.
So madness leading. Pain unfortunately wins. Madness leading.
Yeah. That makes sense. What I rolled.
As you continue to push through the jungle, you feel the sharp teeth of a big cat clamp down onto your arm. The jungle snaps out of your focus, and you see one of these ladies in hiding has just bitten down onto your arm as you were trying to run. The problem is that the jungle hasn't fully receded. You still see these vines and leaves wrapping around parts of the area around you, as if it's still a part of your vision and sight. One of the ladies in hiding has left from the others and is heading over towards that locked closet door and is starting to pull at the chain. The other two, what would you like to do in this situation? As Kate is currently sort of entrapped as one of them is clamping onto her arm. For fun, hold on. Before we decide, I'm just going to go down the line of who wants to do stuff first. Liam, what do you want to do?
I would, upon reaching the door of the school and hearing the screams and forest rustles jungle behind me, I feel like I would hear the little chittering sounds of goblins popping out from different areas as I rub at my eyes and my madness begins to take over. And I would just be like, if someone could just keep those little prairie dog girl things down for a minute. And I would use my madness to call upon some goblins.
All right. So roll your discipline plus your madness, however many madness dice you would like to roll.
I'm going to use 3.
All right.
And my discipline is 2, 3, and 5.
Okay.
And my madness is, I rolled 3, 2, 3, and 5 as well.
Okay. I have to roll pain. I forgot that I have to also roll. All right. That's interesting. So you do succeed. Pain leading, you do succeed. So to explain to the audience what I mean whenever I say pain leading, successes are 1s, 2s, and 3s. But something can lead irregardless of the successes, and that is the highest die roll, which for me was a 6. You see some of these goblin heads like peeking out, and as you say this, they seem to like 3 or 4 that all peek around, nod in agreement, and just start throwing shit at the ladies in hating. They're flinging. The thing is that they're flinging whatever they can get their hands on, and a couple things that just seem to be coming out of nowhere. So it goes from rocks, discarded books, to staples and staple guns and a hammer. This myriad of objects getting flung at these ladies in hating, who the one clamping onto your arm, Kate, like has to let go as a essentially a piece of a printer that's been ripped off is thrown and hits her square in the skull. You're able to get free. Which gives you that one moment where you see the chain to the closet door break open. The lady in hating that broke it turns. The door opens, and you see her get yanked into the open closet door, and the door slams closed. I'm assuming you are running.
Kate, I'm holding the door open for Kate and Terry.
Yeah, Terry's getting towards the door as well.
Getting to the door, and as you also get into the door, which for the rest of them look like that typical school door with a bar opening. Kate, you see a stone, like edifice style door, almost with this ancient pattern to it as it opens. As it starts to close, you see the closet door open again. This too thin arm hits the ground, and you see these pockmarks on the arm that all slit open as these multicolored eyes look out from it. A second arm falls, this one much thicker around, with smaller arms sort of peeking out of it, creating this weird fascist meal creation. And finally, a long, stretched out doll's head peeks out. The eyes rolling around before focusing forward. And as its mouth opens, you just hear this long, both you and Liam hear this drawn out, "Help! Help me!" And it charges towards the door. As the door slams closed, it stops and vanishes.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, yeah.
What? Why did you flip their table?
Why did you drink the fucking tea?
I don't. Why are we here? I don't know. It just sort of happened.
You're late, by the way, you hear from behind you.
Jesus.
What?
Fuck.
Standing at the hall, you see a woman with long brunette hair, wearing the outfit of a school marm. For those of you who don't know, think a traveling teacher. Pins kind of like pushed into the hat that she's wearing, and a very fake smile. It's too like classic teacher, big grin. You're very late for your first class. Very rude. However, better late than never. Yes, let's see. As she kind of walks forward and looks at each of you, kind of circles around you. Yes, right. Chin up, dears. You're fine here. Everything is perfectly fine here. I know all about at least two of you. You, as she gestures over to She gestures over to Terry. I'm not quite as familiar with you, but I'm sure your name is in one of my books somewhere. I do recognize that look on your face, though. No, rest assured, everything will be taken care of. The other two, I do know you two quite well. Your friends have been very, very knowledgeable about you.
Friends.
Oh, a friend. She snaps her fingers, pointing over to you, Liam. Not friend. That doesn't matter.
No, I think it matters. I'd love to see these friends.
Oh, absolutely. They're in the classroom. If you'll follow me. And do stick to the fluorescence, dear. The dark is a dreadful place to be.
You know, I will 100% take you up on that. I'll follow. Just like, it's there outside with the creepy doll thing.
Heel clicking as she walks. It is a typical high school hallway. You see lockers lining the hall. Some open with a... you see tea sets and some that are open. You see just a whole arm just draped off of one that's open. Nothing else, just the arm. You see a couple that just have a bunch of pictures, one of which you see one that just has a bunch of writing on it that just reads, I can't get out, I can't get out, I can't get out, I can't get out. That's just laid out on one of them. As you pass by the walls, you see some that also have similar drawings and writing, some pictures. One wall is completely black from writing.
As we walk, I'll probably like hit Terry on the shoulder and like point silently. I assume he already sees it, but just to like, see that crap over there? What the fuck is that?
Terry, I feel like, has some sort of... Terry was not always the best student in school. And so I think deep down they kind of know the answer, and so they're going to mumble, detention.
Oh man, I've never been in detention.
Loser.
Usually it's not that bad. It's kind of fun, actually, if you get the right people with you.
On the completely blackened wall with the writing, on closer inspection, it's all the same sentence, written over and over and over, to the point that they're melding together to paint the wall black. And the sentence is, I've seen the color of my soul and it's black. It's that written over and over again, ad nauseum, to create this one wall.
Wow.
For a moment in that darkness of this painting, a part of it shifts.
Sus.
Yeah.
As she continues to walk, she's just humming to herself. I must apologize for the behavior of my ladies in hating. They are a little overzealous when it comes to their parties.
Did the name come before or after the behavior?
Came before or after any of this, dear.
I mean, we're currently in the after, I think.
You're currently in, though always was. Here you are, Class 3C, as she lifts up her walking cane and like taps the door to the class, which you can't see the inside of as the window is completely fogged.
Is there a light switch at all?
Oh, the lights are on in there, dearie. It's just the windows are fogged up so that none can see inside. We wouldn't want any creepos looking inside and seeing the children, now would we?
Yeah, that would be
That'd be true in a normal school.
Creepy. Yeah, but
I feel like the creeps are coming from inside the house.
Alice did say you were a precocious one.
what?
She clicks the cane against the ground. Go on
Terry,
inside.
Terry will look at the other two and nod a second and take the first step in.
Opening the door, it is just like a typical classroom. There is a chalkboard, there's desks, there are, currently speaking, a few students seated wearing school uniforms. These sort of, again, kind of prairie style clothing for the girls, and not well fitted, but nice clothing for the boys. Of note, you do see that the desks themselves are chained to the floor. The students are not, but the desks are just to the floor. And the teacher's desk is bolted to the ceiling.
Huh.
I do have to take care of some of my other students, but the teacher will be in momentarily.
Kate, do you think you could flip that one?
I mean,
One of the students' heads tilts a little. Her hair flops. You can't see her face, but her hair flops a little as she hears the name.
You hear
Another.
Terry just, as soon as there's a head movement or a flop, you hear Terry just shit. Quietly, by the way.
You see another student that's just not in a desk, but is just sitting, knees curled up, back pressed against the back wall. Also tilts their head a little at the sound of Liam's voice.
Is there a teacher in this room?
You do not see one at the present.
Students are looking at you, though.
what? Kate was so distracted by the ceiling on the desk, or the desk on the ceiling,
yeah.
rather, that she had momentarily lost track of the fact that there were other people in this room, and she finally turns to register the fact that the students, the presence of them.
They look like they have been here a while. The hair is overgrown. The clothes that fit them seem to just be designed to fit them, but the rest of them seem like it's sort of like they haven't left.
What is the goal in here? Are we just trying to get away from things?
I think so. They said people in here knew us, so I'm curious about it.
If you're looking for a way out, as you see one of the boys says, kind of their own head tilting back, you see bloodshot bags under their eyes, just look like they haven't had sleep in a long time. Just it'll be hard to find one.
Impossible?
Not impossible. Some people get out of the city.
Well, class, as the new people of the class, are we teachers or students? I asked Kate and Terry, are we the teachers or students, or does it not matter? I'm going with teachers. I think we're older than everyone else. Maybe not you, Kate, but
the student that's curled up at the back of the class again, their head tilts. You can't see their face because their hair is completely covering their face, but their head tilts at the voice again.
Yeah, so class, my name is Liam,
Liam.
and this is Kate and Terry. We're supposedly someone here has been talking about us.
Some of the class looks to the girl who's still seated at the desk, whose head is tilted, and then the other half is like looking at the girl at the very back of the class. It's you new students. She's getting tired of us.
Who is she?
Mother Wen.
Not a name.
If you're good students, you become perfect students. They wander the halls sometimes. If you're her favorites, you become her ladies in hating.
I don't look good in a dress, or at least not a prairie dress. It's not quite my style.
Do you want to be better students?
We wouldn't be able to get out.
So you don't want to be students at all?
No. Some of us got pulled in here.
And you leave?
Maybe. Some have. We haven't seen them again. The ones that don't get caught by... There's a pause. We can't say its name.
Huh.
The thing under the bed, in the closet, it walks in... It's been here longer than she has.
I'll look over to Kate and Terry and be like, the boogie monster?
There is a sharp intake of air.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the teacher's desk and look for chalk or something to write on the boards with.
It is on the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, kid, can I borrow your desk here for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want some help up? I can.
Yeah, that would help.
Okay.
The girl that's been seated at the desk starts to stand up slowly and starts to walk over to Kate.
It takes 2 steps backwards. She's been, already.
Yeah, bit. Tilts her head. You see these for a moment as the hair parts. You see these very light hazy blue eyes. Looks over to the wound. Did that hurt a lot?
Yeah, fuck ton. I am trying to actually get a look at her face.
She's a bit more gaunt than the last time you saw her, but the eyes and the kind of slow pattern of speech, aside from the long hair, it looks like Alice.
Okay, well, forgetting that this could be another trick, another trap, bloody shoulder, all that fucked up shit, Kate gives her, the biggest hug.
She reciprocates by wrapping her arms. It is a very weak hug. This is very but did it pull you in too? The monster I was telling you about?
You're here. The monster got you. Brought you here. To this school?
Initially, well, it to its den first, and then I got out of there.
Are you okay?
There's this like little moment's pause, and then just, I'm fucking peachy. Oh look, it's a party down here all the time. I'm great. No, what the fuck do you think?
We gotta go.
I do know where an exit might be. You're not gonna like the answer.
I don't care. Yes.
There's a door to the outside through the closet.
There's. How do you? Is because it brought you here.
Mm-hmm.
Closet,
I don't
guys.
know how to get the chain off, but
We'll worry about it. Here.
Yeah. I wish better circumstances, because this is awful, and you're here, which does not make things much better, but we're here.
Guys, we gotta go.
Dude, I feel like this is about the point that there's some chalk is gotten, right?
Yeah.
Terry is gonna be like, "Can I have a piece?"
Yeah, here you go. I'm holding on to the desk.
Okay. Terry's gonna move over to one of the anything dark that they can write on, quick before we go. What is this? And they're gonna draw the eye symbol.
Some of the students look at it. The girl that was in the back of the class points. The Wax King.
Wax King?
He's the ruler of the underground of here. Everywhere in the sewers. We don't think he's like Mother Wen or the Taxman or the Paper Boys, or we think that
another thing.
We think that he's just a person like us that's just insane. But he can come and go from this place to the real world. He's a collector.
And Terry is gonna say this, even though you can kind of tell they don't want to say it, but it's coming out anyway. Collector of what?
People. Lives. Stuff. Things that people find. I'm not making the situation much better. I was gonna say, if it helps, if you can find something to replace the initial debt, everything is fine. It's kind of how I ended up here.
So if you end up in a
she
different
looks,
debt,
she looks pointedly over to Liam.
Rummaging through the desk for a key. What debt?
Sometimes if you find the wrong level of... If you intrude on the wrong people's security, things get problematic. And
Wait.
they decide that your life is forfeit. And sometimes they get names wrong.
Well, that sucks.
It sure does, doesn't it, Liam?
Yeah. Do I recognize any of the people who are talking or in the room?
The girl that is speaking at the back, you recognize her voice.
Like,
She
Let go of
also
the desk.
she also picks up a what looks like just a little rubber ball and just throws it as hard as she can at you, which is not very hard.
Still hurts where it hit. Considering I'm hanging from a desk. Release. Hit the ground.
You see one of the goblins peek out from the open desk door and just go, and then close the door again.
Well, took a while, Lacey, for you to show up, but it's nice to finally see you.
Oh, it's great to finally see you again.
Want to give your big brother a hug?
I want to stab you with a knife.
So remember, 6 feet. It's the rule. But it's nice to see you. Hey Terry, can you stand in front of me for a minute?
You see one of the ceiling tiles on the top, like kind of push open, as you see another goblin just holding a full-sized printer over where Lacey is sitting.
Not yet. Go back in there. Go back in there.
And it slides back, and the ceiling tile moves back with it.
So, sis, sounds like we just need to go through a closet. We can chuck you in. You can get out.
Just
mom and dad that
just
you're
throw me
safe.
in. Just throw me into the closet of the most dangerous thing here. That's
Well, I'm very excited to see you. Now, mom and dad won't blame me for you disappearing, and I'm glad you're here. I'm processing everything. A lot of emotions, feelings. But
those are finally happening. Oh, that's great.
Well, you know,
It took me getting kidnapped to do that. That's what it needed.
Well, if some of us could run faster, maybe you wouldn't get kidnapped. But
If
whatever.
If some of us took the advice of another one of us to stop doing a job that was inherently dangerous.
You know what? What I do in my free time, and you used to not do something. I'm keeping a goblin from dropping something on your head.
There's a inhale and an exhale. Doors to the closet of the thing. Of the monster. Now, typically speaking, that closet door is chained closed, so we'd have to find a key to get it open.
The girls got him. We get the House on the Prairie cult, pin them down, steal a key.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the door to the inside. That wouldn't be locked from the other side. I'm talking about the one to open the closet itself. Like, normally that's chained closed.
But didn't an arm come out of it earlier?
Yeah,
An arm did what now?
So, we were outside. And they got mad at me.
Alice, looks over confusedly.
At me.
Why?
Because I ruined their tea party.
Why?
Details don't matter.
It is wild to me that the most sensible thing that was done was drinking glass there.
Look, I got a response out of them, didn't I?
Yeah, the response is they opened the door.
And a hole in your shoulder.
So it's out.
Yeah, look, so something came out, arm, eyes, arms, doll head,
teeth,
that's a big one, chased us, we got inside, disappeared, door unchained.
It's hunting. That's what it does. It's everything here is an embodiment of something. A madness, a phobia, everything. That is the embodiment of the fear of the dark. And the things that are afraid most of the what lurks in the dark are kids, so hence the doll head. But there is the outside the door, you hear padding, this heavy footfalls. These just every student goes quiet.
What is that?
You see at the window a large shape kind of looms up. Because of the fogginess, you can't see through the other side, but you can hear like a sniffing sound. And the lights in the room start to flicker.
What?
From the other side, you just kind of hear this. Come out. I won't hurt you. The dark can't hurt you. It's what's inside the dark that can hurt you. Like everyone to give me a roll, just to keep calm in this situation.
Yeah, what kind of a roll are we?
This is gonna be discipline and whatever else you want to add to it.
All right.
So I added madness to my last roll. That doesn't stick around, correct?
No, madness is temp.
The exhaustion.
Exhaustion
does
sticks and stacks.
Copy.
However, the more madness you continue to utilize,
Wait, so okay, so I rolled using one madness die earlier. That disappears?
the temporary madness is temporary.
Okay.
However, much madness you use is not, but madness is temporary.
Okay. I'm a little bit confused by that, but we'll rock and roll with it. So... Yeah.
There's also a level to how your power can work that if you choose to use your madness, you are making noise.
Oh, I know. I'm can you see me weighing the yeah.
This is where the fun happens.
I just rolled flat discipline.
Okay.
2,
As did I.
224? Okay.
Yeah.
124.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask an important question here.
Yeah.
That is a little bit metagamey.
Yeah.
But will help me make this decision a lot faster. How much more time did you say we have?
Not a lot, which is going to mean there's going to be a cliffhanger.
Oh
Drive it
no,
like
it the
you
fuck
stole
is
it,
not.
Drive it like you stole it.
So let's see. So I am going to go big here.
Okay.
And I want to use a lot of dice to make us unfucking catchable.
You have You can have all your madness dice, which is 6 madness dice.
Now here's the question.
Yes.
What happens when I roll 6 madness dice here?
It depends on what becomes the lead. If your madness leads, something interesting.
So if it's the highest dice in the pile.
Yeah.
So to make us unfucking catchable, would that have to be 5 or 6 dice?
Yes. You are trying to outrun fear itself.
Yup. Terry has and always will be a gambler. Sometimes you got to push in all the chips. And so we're going to go ahead. I'm picking the prettiest dice I have for this. Hopefully they don't betray me. And we have 6 green madness dice. And 3 discipline dice.
Give me the roll.
Oh, well, we have some really good news.
Yeah.
Madness does not lead.
Okay, good.
My discipline was trash with 2 6s and a 5. My madness, 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, and 5.
With the levels of success that you all have, and with the discipline leading, is it fight or flight that is your lead discipline?
Flight.
Okay. What do you say?
I'm trying to figure out the lead-in words, but I know the ending. The lead-in words are let's be unfucking catchable. And I will specify here the intent is us and Alice and Liam's sister as well. That is the us that I am anticipating. I could broaden that to include the other kids, but at that point, that's your discretion. Those are the important ones.
The amount of successes on the dice, unfortunately, will not prohibit all the kids. Also,
That's
not all of the
what I
kids are
figured.
going to run.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to, in case that was an option.
The words leave your mouth. The sniffing stops. The lights in the room go out. Melding out of the chalkboard, you see the same 2 hands as it slowly pulls free. The face is different. It's changed. You no longer see the doll's face. You instead see the long black hair, almost a Sudoku-esque ghost-like face. And as it lifts, you see this half-formed, human-esque, but exposed muscle and sharp needles for teeth. Jaw distending wide as you hear this ear-splitting scream. The words unfucking catchable. As the window to the classroom breaks open. Fight or flight kicks in. With each of your guys' success, the hesitation to run vanishes. Each of you making your way to the window to bolt out. A lot faster than you were anticipating. Kate, as you run for a moment, as you scrabble over the window and hit the ground, you move on all 4s faster than you do on 2 feet. Before realizing what's happening and catch yourself and push yourself to withstand. Alice trailing just a couple steps behind you. Liam, as you are trying to make your way out, as you about to extend up, two of the goblins like press their hands underneath your feet and lift you over. Yeah. Some of them continue to run behind you. They keep vanishing through the grass as you move. Your sister also trailing behind. One of the goblins, kind of like on the back of her hair, just kind of like swinging in the wind.
Ooh.
Which leaves Terry, as you are about to get out, and the thing starts to crawl towards you. Because your madness did not go through. I'm not going to say a bad thing that would have happened to you. I'll save that for probably the end. But you are able to start to run, outpacing by mere inches the literal boogeyman who is following after you, running in your shadow.
Everything's fine, y'all. Don't look back, just keep going. Don't look back, just keep going. Don't
As
look
the
back,
closet
just
door, as you see the closet door open, on the other side of the closet door, you see another door, similar to the closet door that you were going through, open just a crack to the outside. You can smell rainfall hitting gutter, the scent of cigarette smoke in the air, the fine smells of New York City proper.
Pee.
Smells like wet trash, and I love it so much.
I'm gonna do a D100 roll.
Yep.
Not normally a thing in this, but I'm a terrible person, so.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I would like each of you to roll me, if you find a D20, roll me a D20.
Okay. Just. Which one do I pick? Oh god. Alright.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
This is why you're in jail.
Oh no.
I'm like, I shouldn't grab the one I put in jail. No.
Okay. That's not bad. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's not bad.
Well, mine's bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alright. I heard a 2. What was the other one? 2 and
15.
okay.
So too.
Oh no.
You I have to roll again. I have to roll a D4. I'm not sorry. Wait. Okay. Morgan, odds or evens?
Odds.
So, James, you're going to be on evens.
Okay.
I'm going to roll the D4. Roll. Liam, you and your sister bolt through the closet door first.
Don't stab me.
Not yet. And she heads to the next door and starts to immediately push it open and then like gestures for you to run. Terry, you see Alice trip as she's running and start to fall, letting you bypass Alice as you're heading to the closet door. Kate, you see Alice trip and fall.
I'm not leaving her.
What would you like to roll? Go ahead, guaranteed your discipline.
Right.
Can I help?
You may help. How would you like to help?
I would like to help by sleight of handing the pocket knife I took from the door in the very first scene over to...
I would say this would not need to be a dice roll, as this is a talent that you have. You do manage to fit the pocket knife. You just kind of like hand it over to Kate as you do so. Kate, you may add an extra 2 dice to your discipline roll.
Okay. These two. All right, so that gets the just like regular dice pool up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of adding.
You are trying to prevent fear itself from collecting Alice.
Right, trying to think of adding what would be applicable to this. This would probably be a madness type situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've already got dice pool of 5. What? Let's see.
You can add however many madness up to 6 as you want.
Yeah. Mechanically, like, what is the risk of adding like a whole lot?
The risk of madness leading goes a lot higher.
Okay. And if madness leads, then that's just like fucked up shit happens, right?
Problems can arise.
Okay.
The worst things that can lead are pain leading, because it means I can hurt you.
Right.
Exhaustion leading, because it leads you closer to falling asleep and crashing. And madness leading, because things can happen.
Cool. I added 2 madness before. Does that affect like how many I?
Yeah. No, it does not.
Okay. Then I'm gonna add 3.
Okay.
3 madness and bring my pool up to an 8.
Okay. It matches the boogeyman's pool right now, so you're good.
Okay. All right.
I'm rolling.
Rolling.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Let me sort these out. I have got. Do you just want like total? Because I rolled 8 dice. Do you just want total? How many are 3 and
Tell me
under?
Tell me how many are 3 and under.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, cool.
3 and under.
Cool. What is the highest die you have?
I rolled 2 6s. 1 on discipline and 1 on madness.
How many dice did you roll for discipline?
5.
Okay, cool. So it matters how many, because that means that discipline is leading. So not your madness. You fling Alice behind you through the closet door. She kind of like slides in. As the boogeyman lunges towards you, the sensation of the jungle retakes you. You no longer are in the school. You instead find yourself in this massive stone palace, in a sense. An old jaguar laying in front of you. Its head lifts, and in a very human voice goes, "Ah, a new visitor. You are all right. You are fine. Others come to me to ask for strength and guidance. What can I offer you?
Strength and guidance would be real fucking good right now.
You may borrow my strength, but I will ask for a favor in return when you return to me.
Yes.
He gestures over to a chamber, which as the door opens, you see, laying in the chamber, a woman wearing a leopard skin tunic, just laying on the stone bed. She sits and looks towards you, and as she opens her mouth as if to speak, the sound of a jaguar's growl escapes her.
Dick.
Enter.
I do.
And as the door closes and your eyes reopen, you feel the strength of the jaguar woman inside of you as the knife swings up. As it jabs into the chest of this thing, a mix of tar and ichor soaking into your skin, it screeches and flings its arm back instinctively, which causes you to release the knife and send you backwards into the closet, kind of rolling back. Alice quickly closing the closet door to the sound of screaming and roaring on the other side. We have to fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, go.
She grabs a hold of your arm and quickly starts to drag you towards the open door to bustling New York.
I'd be dragged.
Yep, they allow you to be dragged. I would say probably at this time as well, Terry, you are about partway through that door.
Did the knife work?
I lost your knife.
Wasn't my knife. Didn't fucking matter.
Great.
Cool.
Hey. No, I'm not gonna be a dick. As each of you push through the door, just as the other side opens, the nightmare having shifted its form into that of a tall man wearing a black overcoat and a black hat, their skin seemingly made of shadow reaching out. The door to that realm closes, and all three of you find yourselves just outside of a currently rain-soaked cafe.
Whew.
Anybody want a coffee?
I could. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep for a bit.
I never want to see
Caffeine.
fucking people again.
Caffeine sounds great.
And I think Terry is going to go up, and this is probably the last of Terry's cash that Terry has on him. But he'll put some money up for whatever coffee's left.
The barista, a little surprised that people are getting coffee at like 10:45 p.m., is not going to question this and just starts getting the coffee ready.
As many espresso shots as you can put in that cup for whatever.
I mean, there's a legal metric, but it's like 10:45. How many do you want?
As many as the whatever limit, money or legality that you hit, just crank it up.
You got it, old man.
Thanks.
I would say this is where it should end. because we rolled the evens dice here, Kate, as the night drags on and you find yourself finally at probably a shitty hotel for the evening, I would assume that you're keeping all the closet doors open.
Yeah.
How are any of the lights off in the room that you're in?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
There is still this strange feeling in your skull, this little pounding like drums. Your eyes close for a moment as if you're about to blink, and as you reopen them, you find yourself back in the jungle. Back in the stone palace of Old Man Jaguar. A favor for a favor. I cannot hunt for myself. I am far too old and too... He opens his mouth and you see rotten teeth. Hunt for me. It will not stop chasing you. So return the favor. Whatever you catch, call on me and bring it here.
Okay.
The more you bring, the stronger I'll make you. I do not discriminate on what I hunt. Nor should you. As your eyes reopen, you see from outside what looks like rain-soaked New York, but fading in and out, you see the same twisted buildings that made up the Mad City. You've all escaped today, but the doors never fully closed. With that, we will end for the evening.
It's fine. I'm gonna sleep great tonight, y'all. It's great. Everything's great. This was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to run this system for a while. This is great. Thank you for letting me do this.
Glad to do it. So, where we go from here, I hope y'all have enjoyed both the players. I hope you've enjoyed playing, and anybody who's stuck with us through this wild journey. I hope you have enjoyed the absolute anxiety that I have had the entire time. And it's been a thrill ride. I would absolutely recommend this game to folks, so go check it out. Once again, the game is Don't Rest Your Head. You can get it. It was like $5 over at...
It's so cheap. At drive-thru.
Evil Hat. I literally went to their website and got it as well. So go do that. Go support cool game designers all the time. We love it. For the last thing, I'll give the floor back over to all of my guests. If y'all want to let the folks know where they can find more about you, if you do exist on the internet, that is, and any parting words. Let's go ahead and let's start with the person who's probably the most nervous. Morgan, hi.
Hi, I've been Morgan, aka Newly Human. You can find me trapped behind that peeling yellow wallpaper in your bedroom. Just let me out.
Yeah, there's no Han. Love it. James.
I'm James or Gravity Fail 87. You can find me on most socials with that same handle. And if you ever hear something banging around in your attic, come join me. I'd love to throw a tea party.
Sounds delightful. Javante.
Hi, I'm Javante. You can find me on the hellscape that is Twitter at Javante, because I can't hide who I am on any social media platform ever. And yeah, Spooky Month's coming up. If you don't like horror games, totally fine. But if you do, just check under your bed. I'm probably right there rolling dice.
Oh, and I, as always, am Tony Will Edit. Here's the thing. I have access to all the portals here in the Wonderarium. So no matter what door you look behind, I'll be there with you. You can find me most places online at Tony Will Edit, and of course here on Roll for Respawn a couple of times every Wednesday, and then every other Saturday for the One Shot Wonderarium. It's been amazing. We've got some cool stuff coming up in the future, so come check us out next time. In the meantime, it's a wild, wide Wonderarium out there. Take a friend. Bye-bye.